Hi everyone, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I went to the drugstore, actually a store called Fred Meyer or Fred Meyer's, which I believe might only be on the West Coast. I don't think I've ever seen it on the East Coast, and I have no idea about the Middle Coast. But it's kind of like a Kmart on drugs. You can get groceries and hair products and shoes and lawn furniture and engine oil for your car. I mean, you can kind of get everything that you would ever need. It's like one-stop shopping. But their cosmetics department, their makeup department is actually pretty huge. And so as I was running around buying a whole bunch of random stuff, I happened to run past a Milani display for what they're calling their Dolce line. D-O-L-C-I, Dolce. Dolce? Dolce. I like Dolce better. That's what I'm going to call it today. And it's kind of a bronzing collection for spring and summer. So it's not part of their regular line. I don't know if it's going to ultimately become a part of their regular line, but it definitely had its own display and was something of a new release. And so they only had a few products, which I bought 3 of, and there were a total of 5. I did not purchase the lipstick, which was a rose gold lipstick called Dolce, but it was really intense. It looked quite a bit metallic, and I decided to pass on that. And I did not get the nail polish that they had because they were sold out. But the 3 items that I did get, I am absolutely loving. I mean, Milani, not only is it affordable, but it's actually a better than decent brand, and they do hit some home runs with some of their individual products, but I think this entire Dolce line, actually they did really well on. So let me tell you what I got. I want to start with the bronzer because it's huge. I think that's awesome. It's so big. It'll take me forever to go through it. So they're calling this number 4. It's actually named Dolce. They call it Tan in a Pan. How hilarious is that? Anyway, bronzer XL, and like I said, they call this number 4. The reason for that is they do have a number 1, 2, and 3, which they have in their normal line, also equally as big and large. The 1, 2, and 3, I mean, in no particular order, well, you can see on this that it's 2-sided, and the other 1, 2, and 3s are also 2-sided. Some of them are kind of a double bronzer, so you can do like, meaning they're both bronzing shades, but they're a different tone, so you can kind of do layering bronzer. I don't have time for that, but somebody might. One of them is super glitter. Like there's like tremendous specks of glitter in it, which I'm not a fan of at all. And then whatever the last one is, it's so nondescript, I don't even remember it. When I saw this on the display, I was loving it for a number of reasons. One, there's this bronzer, and the bronzer has no glitter. I'm so excited about that. So it's, for all intents and purposes, it's matte, but there is like a hint of a shimmer, which you can't go wrong with that. It's a warm bronzer, but at the same time, it kind of has this pretty cool undertone, meaning you could use it for contouring. I'm gonna put my hair behind my ears for the rest of the video because I'm actually wearing all of the products that I'm talking about. So I kind of use it as a really light contour, you know, with a big fluffy brush. Such as this is the Morphe MB5. I used it to do just a little bit of kind of subtle contouring, so I focused under my cheekbones, but I didn't make a very harsh line. So it was good to kind of highlight cheekbones there, but then I could also use it kind of around my face and kind of warm up the face. So it is a little bit on the warmer side, but you can totally get away with contouring it, using it, you know, contouring with it. Now the other side, I mean, they're calling it a bronzer, but it's kind of a highlighter, and I'm really excited about that because it's a pretty light highlight, a lot of dust. It's a pretty subtle highlighter. It's just kind of, you can almost barely see it. I mean, just kind of from this angle here. Because let's talk about what goes on in the summer. I sweat like a pig. Actually, I sweat like a pig all year round, and I've mentioned this before. So I'm kind of bringing my own dewy glow to the party. You know what I mean? So I definitely don't want to over highlight in the summer, because if I start off the day nicely highlighted, I'll just look like a slimy mess within a couple of hours. But I don't want to start the day off completely matted either, you know, with a matte finish. I mean, it's summertime. We're supposed to look, you know, again, with a dewy natural glow. So I really like this, to use this as just a really subtle highlighter. To give my skin just kind of an extra boost, but to also account for the fact that later on I'm gonna be adding to that all on my own. If only I could package it and sell it, because yeah. Anyway, I would like to be able to just highlight subtly in the morning, because I know that it will intensify as the day goes on. And so for that reason, I think Milani really hit a home run with this. And for like $9, I mean, that's like totally a score. The second product that I picked up from Milani in this Dolce line is also called Dolce. I think they're all called Dolce, which I think is kind of fun. I don't think I've ever seen a product line have the same name for all of the products within the line. Totally correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I don't think I've ever seen that. So this is the eyeshadow that they released, and it's a rose gold eyeshadow. It's a decent eyeshadow, you know. It's on the lighter side, but it is kind of a rosy gold. A little bit of a duochrome, because it really does look gold in some lights, and then in other lights it's much deeper, like of a rose. Again, I am wearing it. I'm sure that was uber attractive. But I'm just really liking it. You know, I don't have the Naked 3 rose toned palette, or the, is it Maybelline that has a like a nudie rose palette that they've come out with at the drugstore, because I'm not totally into rose golds, but I think like just to own one, I think this is a really good option, and it was also really inexpensive, and so I'm super happy with it. There's a little bit of fallout, but some of the higher end eyeshadows have some fallout too, so I'm like, I don't even really care. But if I had to pick out a negative, that would be something that I would say if I were to talk about it behind its back. The last thing that I got was the lip gloss. Remember I said initially that I did not purchase the lipstick because it was pretty intense. But the lipstick is definitely rose, again with kind of a gold shimmer highlight, which I think is just pretty awesome. You can wear it alone. Very, very shimmery. You could wear it alone, or you could do what I did today, which was line my lips and then fill in my lips with the Jordana Tawny lip liner, just to kind of give it something of a base. And then I use this on top, and I'll even put some more on. For the record, oh my God, it smells like vanilla cake. Smells really good. I don't think I've ever owned a Milani gloss before. Do they all smell like this? Have I completely been missing out? And so also just a really good deal. And you know, it's really silky, it's not tacky, and I just appreciate the color. I think as a collection, they really wound up doing a really good job. So ultimately, I'm kind of really impressed with the Milani Dolci line, and I'm really happy that I was able to pick some of it up. If you do try the lipstick, please let me know how that works out. I'm kind of regretting not picking it up, but it scared me in the store a little bit. But if you get it and you think that I should too, please let me know. Again, thank you for stopping by this video. If you really enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, I would really, really appreciate it. I am also on Twitter and Instagram, where I am typically making fun of myself. So if you have a minute to stop by there too, that'd be great. Otherwise, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Thanks again for stopping by, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks.